Nico had finally upgraded her computer. Nico's trash can was full of paper. No surprise there. Nico had finally upgraded her computer. Nico's camera was pretty old. I wished she could afford a new one. It looked like Nico kept her most secret possessions close to her chest. Marquez had let himself into Nico's apartment. Nico looked excited. The gallery story could be the break that she craved. So
it depicts the eternal.
The painting and the medallion. Well, if this is true, we won't.
Si, senor.
The statues were quite striking. Senor Marquez.
Yes, George?
What do you think of this?
I would not use it to clean my shoes, monsieur.
Well, to be honest, neither would I. Do you need to borrow my nail clippers?
I prefer to bite my nails, monsieur.
I found this completion note for the security work done at the gallery. They went against my recommendations.
And now my painting has been stolen.
I don't suppose you have any use for a match.
Why would I?
You want a cookie, Senor Marquez?
No, it has been in your pocket and is falling to pieces.
Hey, Senor Marquez, meet Trevor.
He is a cockroach in a box.
He's my new pet. I'm getting rather attached to him. I found this paper clip. It's gotta be useful for something.
I imagine if you have any paper you need clipped.
I found some evidence that ties Henri to the dodgy security company.
That doesn't surprise me. It sounds as though the whole thing was set up.
So, La Malediccio belongs to your family?
It did. Once it was stolen, I did not believe I would ever see it again.
You must have been excited to see the painting again.
It was a miracle.
You mentioned the Gnostics. What can you tell me about them?
It is not important. A religious sect, that is all. My family were Gnostic. They were a peaceful, good people.
It was a cheap bottle of wine. Hey, Nico?
Yes, George?
Smell this.
Oh, zut alors. I had an uncle who used to wear that. Maman told me to watch out for him.
Do you want to borrow these clippers?
Word of advice, George. Never say that on a first date.
What do you think of this, Nico?
I don't know. Do you think it might be useful?
What do you think of this, Nico?
I think you have an insatiable habit for collecting things, George.
I'm pretty surprised this cookie is held up so well in my pocket.
Gotta work on the small talk, George.
Hey, Nico, have I introduced you to Trevor?
Oh, get that horrible thing away.
This paperclip is bound to come in useful. I just know it.
Well, you've surprised me before, George. I'd keep it.
Here's the proof that Henri was involved in the robbery.
Interesting, but it doesn't help us find the killer.
What do we know about this Medovsky character?
Ronnie said he was dangerous and very rich. He claims to be the owner of La Malediccio.
And appears to be the boss of Vera's security who were supposed to protect it. Now that kind of figures. The best way to steal something is to get hired to look after it. But why steal a painting you already own?
We need to talk to this guy.
To do that, we need to find him. So let's go over what we know about the thief.
Okay, well, he had a distinctive tattoo on one arm.
And his helmet had Waterloo Motors across it.
Not a lot to go on.
Why would somebody steal their own painting?
Insurance scam? But then why kill Henri?
I get the impression that Henri was somehow involved. I found the gun that Henri was shot with at Vera's security.
If Madosky owns Vera Security, it means that he must know the killer.
Well, it can't be Annette, but she has to be involved in some way. You said the thief had a tattoo.
On his arm, it was a skull and crossbones with headhunters written around it.
We need to track down Waterloo Motors.
Have you tried the internet?
I've been kind of busy.
Okay, let's have a look. Waterloo Station, Battle of Waterloo, Waterloo Kebabs, Waterloo Sunset. Ah, here we go. Waterloo Motors. It's a garage in London. I'll send the number to your phone.
Waterloo Motors.
Hi,
How can I help you?
my name is George Stobart. I'm investigating a murder that was committed here in Paris.
Well, what's that got to do with us?
The guy we're looking for was wearing a helmet with Waterloo Motors on it.
Oh, yeah. It's a very popular helmet.
I don't suppose you know who might have bought one?
Well, not unless you've got any more information, mate.
The killer had a tattoo on his arm. It said, Headhunters.
Oh, I know that guy. Yeah, he bought one of our helmets just the other day.
Terrific. Do you know his name?
Nah. He brings his boss's Merc here to have it serviced. Word to the wise, though. I hear he don't mess about. The car's registered on Dutchy Street, if there's any help. I mean, that's all I know, mate, sorry.
No, that's more than enough. You've been a great help. Thanks for your time.
See ya.
Bingo!
Good work. That has to be the guy. And now we've got his address.
How about a trip to London?
I thought you'd never ask. Senor Marquez, will you be okay here?
The bed is uncomfortable, but it will do. Come back quickly with the painting, eh?
London cabbies. Gotta love them.
This is the place. Here on the right. To afford a place like this in London, you've got to be good at something. So, we clear on how we're going to do this?
Yeah, we're two insurance investigators, see? We finagle our way inside, butter Madovsky up, and then get the dirt on him, right?
Finagle?
Yeah, finagle. You remember how to finagle, don't you, Nico?
George, how could I ever forget?
Good, because I suspect we're gonna need Major League finaggling to get in this one.
You got it. George looked ready to finagle. The gate lock was controlled remotely. Ah, it's locked. It was topiary in progress. He had the typical features of an Englishman who liked beer and football. No answer. Excuse me? Hello?
On your bike, darling. This is a private residence.
We're here to see Mr. Madovsky.
So?
We have important business with Mr. Madovsky.
And who the hell might you be?
I'm Nico Kalar, and this is my colleague, Georges Stobart.
Well, isn't that cozy? Can you count, darling?
Yes, of course.
Well then, 1, I don't know you or laughing boy here from Adam. 2, you ain't got no business round here. And 3, I don't like French birds. Comprenez?
Hi, guess who?
What do you want?
I don't suppose you know Mr. Madovsky's driver, do you?
Maybe you didn't hear me the first time. Get lost!
Hey, Georges.
What's up?
Seriously, how are we going to do this? According to Ronnie, Madovsky's the real deal.
Coming from Ronnie, that's quite a compliment.
If Madovsky's the killer...
We need to be careful, which suggests...
I use my Gallic charm?
Exactly.
Hi, guess who?
What do you want?
Do you work for Mr. Madovsky?
No, I'm standing here pruning his edges for a laugh. Course I blooming work for him. Look, will you stop asking all these blooming questions? Can't you see I'm busy?
Hi, guess who?
What do you want?
Nice bush.
Bush? This is so much more than just a bush.
Oh, I am sorry.
It's art, love. Or to be precise, topiary. And as everybody knows...
Topiary is a transition form.
That's right. A statement of man's dominance over nature. A metaphor for the human condition.
And yet...
It's not enough, is it?
Not for the big questions.
Life, death.
Right and wrong.
Tell me about it.
You struggle, monsieur?
Day and night.
That is the human condition.
Can we ever escape it?
It is possible through meditation, contemplation.
I see.
It is our only salvation.
Well, you've given me food for thought, you have.
Anytime.
Much appreciated. At a difficult time.
You are welcome, monsieur.
So, anyway, this is my latest piece. What do you think?
It's very nice. Eagle? A two-headed eagle.
Result. Get in there, my son. Yes, it's a Russian Imperial Eagle for the boss. You spotted it straight off. I owe you one, lady. You have got that rare quality. Real insight.
No, please. You have a rare talent. Showing him my press card would have blown my cover. Anything else you can tell us about Mr. Medovsky's driver?
Not really, miss.
We have important business with Mr. Medovsky.
I need a good reason to bother the boss with this. He's a busy man.
I understand, but I think he'll want to speak with us.
What makes what you have to say so important?
La Maledictio, a painting that belongs to him, has been stolen. If he wants his insurance claim processed quickly, then he'll want to speak with us. I think he might be annoyed if he finds out you never even told him we came around, right?
Okay. Hang on, I'll phone him now. Yeah, Mr. Medovsky?
Yeah, insurance. French bird. Yeah.
Yes, boss. Right, I will do. You've piqued the boss's interest. That isn't always a good thing. The gate should be open. I'll take you inside. Follow me, please. Mr. Medovsky will be right with you, madame.
Well, we're in. Now what?
We'll make him think we're all set to pay out on the policy. See if we can get him to talk.
Welcome.
Good day, monsieur. My name is Nico Collard, and this is my assistant, Georges Tabar.
You are here to discuss La Maledictio, yes?
Correct.
I am surprised to see you. My agreement with the gallery specified that my ownership should be kept in the strictest confidence. It would appear that agreement has been broken.
A man has been killed, monsieur.
An agreement is an agreement.
A life has been lost and a painting stolen, monsieur. We need to ask you a few questions.
Bravely put, Miss Collard. So be it. I will cooperate however I can.
How did you come into possession of La Maledictio?
I purchased it at auction.
We have reason to believe that the theft was an inside job.
Oh, that is terrible. The staff at the gallery were so pleasant to deal with, but such is human nature. I trust this won't delay the insurance claim.
I'm sure matters will be sorted out soon. What connection do you have to Vera Security?
I've never heard of it.
There is strong evidence that ties you to Vera Security.
Oh, you are beginning to sound like a policeman, madame.
We are merely doing our jobs, monsieur. We must leave no stone unturned.
I would leave this particular stone unturned, if I were you.
I'd rattled him, but I didn't want to push too hard. Of course. We will check our information again.
I would do that.
Did you know Henri, the gallery owner?
Oh, purely on a professional basis. My restorer recommended his gallery to me.
Did you ever meet him personally?
No, only via email. I rarely fly. I'm carbon neutral, you know.
Very conscientious, monsieur.
Well, the planet won't save itself.
Your restorer, how does he fit into all this?
Hobbs. Well, he did a little cleaning work on La Maledictio, that's all.
Do you have receipts for the painting?
Of course, I have already sent them to your office.
These things take time to process.
What is there to process? I own the painting, someone stole it, and your company provided me with insurance. I am the victim here.
A state you share with the deceased, monsieur.
I think that is enough for now. When do you expect the claim to be paid out?
It will not be long, monsieur.
When exactly? Surely you can give me a date.
Monsieur Medovsky, I'm sure you...
Please excuse the interruption, sir.
What is it, Shears?
Hobbs is here.
Tell him I'm busy.
He mentioned the portfolio, sir.
For pity's sake, can he not just follow simple instructions? Please excuse me for a moment.
The gardener's called Shears?
Yeah, probably not what his mother christened him.
What a creep.
Very clever creep at that. We got nothing on him, and he knows it.
He just brushed off the Vera connection. We need something else to get under his skin. I could use Marquez as leverage.
Yeah, it's just one man's word against another.
So what else can we do?
Let's take a look around. Maybe there's something here we can use against him.
Good idea, George. You search, I'll keep watch at the window.
Medovsky had an extensive collection of management books. The 7 Secrets of Leadership, 2009. The Business Bonaparte, 1983. Office Eagle or Management Mouse, 1998. An ancient but wonderfully ornate typewriter. I should have guessed. Keyboard was Cyrillic. I tried to remember how that row of keys read on a U.S. keyboard. I didn't know the symbols. If I'd been able to remember the layout of a U.S. keyboard, I might have been able to figure it out. ZX. I needed a keyboard for reference. I didn't know the symbols. If I'd been able to remember the layout of a U.S. keyboard, I might have been able to figure it out. I figured that had to be the space bar. ZX. The inlaid box was studded with gems. Magnificent. It was a beautifully inlaid cigarette box. The catch seemed to be broken. The catch had snapped. It was a beautifully inlaid cigarette. Sadly, the catch would have been too thick to cut with nail clippers. The paperclip just flexed and slipped off the catch. Nope. The wood would have been too weak. Well, that didn't work. That... The paperclip just flexed it. Can you hear what they're saying?
Yes.
You should not have turned up here, Mr. Hobbs. I made it clear I would deliver the package later today.
I wanted to make sure it got to me all right. I've got a lot of work to do on it.
This is most inconvenient.
Medovsky's arguing with his visitor, Hobbs, about the portfolio.
That portfolio is important, I'm sure of it. It was an antique cabinet. Medovsky had left the cabinet open. On the shelf inside was a business card and a scribbled note. I picked up the business card. It read, Wilfred Hobbs, Fine Art Restoration. I made a note of the address. Then I put the card back where I'd found it. No point arousing Medovsky's suspicions. The note read, L. Serp drawings for you to check. W.H. Now we're cooking with gas. I wondered if the painting could be in the portfolio that Medovsky had taken. See a penny, pick it up, then all day you'll have good luck. It was the old coin from Medovsky's library. A Russian imperial egg. It looked rather plain. A Russian... It was a thank you note from a British politician. Medovsky certainly had some dubious friends. Everything was in Cyrillic, except for a number. 1869. Everything was in Cyrillic. Everything was in Cyrillic. 18. I suspected the medals weren't from the Moscow Debating Society. It seems our Medovsky has friends in low places.
It's like my boss said, the guy wants to be a player.
It was a Russian privatization voucher. I wondered why Medovsky displayed it so proudly. Locked. I could only hope that Medovsky hid the key somewhere in the room. Locked. Leather-bound classics, bought by the yard, no doubt. Russian novels. Medovsky was clearly a big Tolstoy fan. Medovsky in Libya. Happy days. What kind of guy hangs a picture of himself and Colonel Gaddafi on the wall?
The kind who will commit murder in order to steal their own painting.
I should have guessed. Keyboard was Cyrillic. Z. I didn't know the symbols. If I'd been able to... I didn't know... If I'd been able... I didn't know the symbols. If I'd been... I didn't know the... If I'd been able to remember the layout of a US keyboard, I might have been able to figure it out. Nico?
Shh. I'm eavesdropping, Georges.
By extraordinary good fortune, the coin I'd picked up was the perfect shape to flip open the broken catch. Fancy that. Romanovs. The same brand of cigarettes that were in the ashtray in Vera's security. Keys are always useful. The study door's open now. Hear anything else interesting?
Hang on.
Listen, Hobbs, just take the portfolio and do your work. You are nervous, and I don't like that.
Understood. I have got a few questions, though.
I do not like questions either. Hurry up.
I noticed a couple of people arriving. Who were they? They look like coppers.
They were from the insurance company.
Has the...
Hobbs is going to head off with the portfolio. Whatever's in there is important. We need to stay with it.
I got Hobbs' address from his card. When we're done here, we should check it out.
Okay, Josh, but hurry. Medovsky will be back soon.
I'm going to check out the study.
Okay.
Wow, there must be millions of dollars worth of art on these walls. These paintings would have kept a critic enraptured for hours, but I didn't have time to dwell. The painting reminded me of my Aunt Maud. I'd never liked her. Medovsky certainly loved art, or pretended to. Medovsky had a truly impressive collection of paintings. Medovsky had a truly impressive collection. Medovsky had a truly Medovsky had a... The drawer was open. My heart skipped a beat. But inside, I saw only a candy bar wrapper. The drawer was open. But in... The desk was magnificent. The desk was magnificent. Those two little holes were just waiting for me to put my fingers in. I resisted the urge. Those two little holes, I resisted. Filthy habit. Filthy habit. It was an expensive chair. Medovsky had left the cabinet open. On the shelf inside was a business card and a scribbled note. It was a thank you note. Huh. Everything was in Cyrillic. 18. Russian novels. I should have guessed. Keyboard was Cyrillic. ASD G or F? Ugh, I couldn't remember. That wouldn't work. I needed a AS. I tried to remember how that row of keys read on a US keyboard. ASD G or F? Ugh, I couldn't remember. I didn't know the symbols. If I'd been able to remember the layout of a US keyboard, I might have been able to figure it out. I didn't know this. If I'd been able, I didn't know. If I'd been, I tried to remember. I tried to remember. A secret drawer popped open. I knew that publication date would be significant. At last, I was going to discover Medovsky's secrets. It certainly wasn't Medovsky's sock drawer. Hey, Nico, come see this. I think we've struck gold.
Hang on, I'm coming.
Look, a letter from a guy called Gainin. His company, Wolfram, want to purchase La Maledizio. They're offering way over the asking price.
Anything connecting Medovsky to Vera?
Well, let's see. Here we go. A lease for Vera's security.
Aha! Then we have the proof we need.
Hang on, what's this? Expenses for a Mr. Shears. Waterloo Motors, one helmet. These are from Paris. Madame La Trex. Hotel Britannique. Pizza. Nico. Pizza. I think your friend Shears might just be Henri's killer.
Georges, what have we got ourselves into? I just heard the front door close. Medovsky's coming. Put everything back in order, quick!
Right. He'll never suspect we just ransacked his house for evidence.
George, the coin!
Damn, no time. Look cool, Nico. I'll handle this.
I apologize for the lengthy wait. As you can imagine, my time is at a premium.
That's fine, Mr. Medovsky. I think we're almost finished anyway.
And payment?
Very soon, monsieur. Very soon.
Is there anything else I can assist you with?
Nice collection of medals you have there, Mr. Medovsky.
I earned them serving my country.
Anywhere interesting?
Chechnya. Ever been there?
No, can't say I've had the pleasure. Is that a first edition of War and Peace?
Of course. Printed in 1869. A great year for my country's literature. And Tolstoy is the master.
Is that a picture of you with Colonel Gaddafi?
A deeply wonderful man. He was a great fan of the Impressionists.
Well, he certainly left quite an impression on Libya. So, what brought you into the art business, Mr. Medovsky?
Oh, an eye for great artists, an appreciation of fine culture, and a love of what you Americans call the greenback.
You must be upset at the theft of La Malediccio.
Yes, and disappointed that someone would kill for such a minor piece.
So this Hobbs guy, good friend of yours, is he?
No, we simply have a business arrangement. We've been through this already. Now please, if you're quite finished, I'm a busy man.
Thank you for your time, Monsieur Medovsky. We'll be in touch soon.
Well, no prizes for guessing where we go now.
Hobbs' place, right?
Got it in one. Medovsky's pretty shady, don't you think?
He bought our act, though. You make a pretty good insurance man, George.
Yeah, who'd have thought it?
By the time he realizes we're not assessing his claim, we'll have cracked the case and be toasting our success.
Here's hoping. Looks like rain.
Come on, let's get that cab. Taxi!
I think we just stepped off the London tourist trail.
I guess this Hobbs character doesn't like visitors.
Not the kind of place you'd expect to find a restorer of old masters.
Unless you didn't want to attract attention.
He's attracted ours. Let's see what Mr. Hobbs knows about La Malediccio.
And let's try and get a look inside that portfolio.
The van's window looked like it hadn't been washed for years. The van was held together with rust and dirt. The door was locked. Looking through the window, I could see that there was nothing in the van. Hobbs must have taken the portfolio inside. The handbrake looked ineffective, like all the other safety features. Slosha. Whiskey. Whew, very strong stuff. I decided to leave the handbrake alone. It was the lever to open the hood. It was the horn. I popped open the van's hood. The van's hood was already open. It was the van hood, It had certainly seen a few bumps. The engine was held together by rust and dirt. Everything was covered in a sticky film of dirty black oil. Half the wiring wasn't connected to anything. It was the van's engine. I didn't really have any reason to sabotage it. It was the van battery. A bundle of short, severed wires was connected to the battery. None of the wires were connected to anything. It was one of two horns in the van. It didn't seem to be connected to anything else under the hood. Two wires hung loose from it. A loose wire hung from the left-hand horn. If I had some spare cable, I could connect it to the wires from the cab. That would be pointless. That was... A bundle of wires came into the engine bay from the dashboard. Many of the wires seemed to lead nowhere. I needed a better idea. It was one of two horns in the van. It didn't seem to be connected. That was never... Nope.